The first thing that you're going to need to follow along with this is to grab the PDF pattern. You can get that at carlyporter.com. So as you can see, there are lots of different ways that you can customize your own quilted backpack. And I am so excited to jump into 3 different backpacks that we are going to go through all the customizations, take the pattern one step at a time, multitasking and switching from one to the other as you watch me put these together. So let's jump into the next part. Okay, y'all, so we have our Baby Got Back zipper gusset good to go. We have our Big Girl Bertha gusset good to go. And we have our Thick Boy gusset good to go. Alrighty, so we have our gussets built and we can move on to making the straps. But before we do that, one thing that is helpful is we are going to mark our gussets to find the center point, as well as our panels, our front and back panel, to find the center. So that way when we go to sew our gussets onto our panels, everything will line up. And we're gonna use those center markings on our panels anyways for the next steps that we're doing. So might as well mark them all together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take each of my outer panel pieces and identify which side is the top. So these are not really directional, but I do want them to be the same orientation of quilting. Okay, so I have my panels here. So these would be the tops of my panels. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a marking tool. So this is tailoring chalk. And I'm going to measure and just mark the top center of my back panel and then also my front panel. Okay, and then in addition to marking those, so all I need are these little marks right in the center. Okay, and then my gusset piece as well, I'm gonna find which I need to identify whichever side is the front of the backpack. Well, actually, we have to mark both anyways. So I want to measure just from top stitch to top stitch for this part. So I'm going to take my ruler with my gusset and I'm going to measure from top stitch to top stitch and then mark that center point. Okay, mark that with my chalk and then same with the other side. Okay, so now you can see here, right there, I've got my little chalk line, and that's the center of my zipper gusset, and then my other chalk line. So those are going to line up just like you see in the pattern, like this, and like this. Okay, so we're just doing little marking lines to give us those guidelines that we're going to come back to later. So I'm going to mark all of my gussets and all of my panels with the half point. All right, so I have all of those marked, and now we can start focusing on the panels.